And now, Starliner Media presents Music Night at the Majestic's Holiday Extravaganza with your host, Michael Boswell.
All right, it's time once again for yet another Music Night at the Majestic Holiday Extravaganza. And with us, Lisa Mychols. Lisa, welcome to the Extravaganza.
Hello, very happy to be here. Happy 2022, holidays of 2022.
Yeah. Well, to celebrate the holidays of this year, you have a new record out, Santa Please. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that record, you and Super 8?
Yes, so Super 8, who is Paul Ryan, a.k.a. Trip, we both recorded Santa Please, which is about a woman who's at home and decorating and making sure she's got everything checked off her list. But now she wants her man home and out of his Santa costume, basically. And come on back to me, that kind of thing. So, it's fun and playful and very upbeat.
Well, upbeat's a good thing. Now, tell me this. Yeah, you have recorded other Christmas songs, Very Merry Christmas, Santa Claus Coming to Town, Christmas Just Another Lonely Day. For you, what differentiates a holiday song, Christmas song, from other songs? Is it the lyrical content, the music itself, the production value? For you, what do you think?
It's definitely the mood of the season, because I've jumped from Christmas to winter a few times. And like with winter, it's very more thoughtful and sometimes sad, which I just love. I love melancholy. I think a lot of artists probably do. I mean, we get sad, sometimes even worse, but there's a beauty in it. And then with like more upbeat Christmas music is more like celebrating and it's joyous, that kind of thing. And so, yeah, lyrical content. And you know what, too? Like, there was one song I did called Winter is Here. And it's a song that doesn't have those big vocals in it. So it's kind of like if you see dead trees, there's no leaves on it. It's just bare. The song is bare and just still takes you through an incredible story, hopefully.
Now, for you, what are a few of your favorite things, to paraphrase, when it comes to holiday music?
I love good production, I think, is important. And capturing a mood and a vibe. And
Or what are a few of the records that you would say do that the best?
what really pulled me in was the 60s, like 66 was the first. It was on Capitol Records, and they had this I've been looking for it actually the last 2 weeks. Like, it's nowhere on the internet, but it was from Columbia Records, and the label was this really weird, like pea green but bright, label, and it had like Lou Rawls on it. And it had like a couple of those 60s choral, or no, it had like a symphony song. I can't remember what they're called right now. But yeah, like 66, that kind of time.
Mm-hmm.
And there was so many great different varieties of music. And of that time, you just couldn't go wrong. There was no bad music. And that whole album was so good. I loved it so much, and I played it to death, that when I got tired of certain songs, I put them on 45 so they play fast. So it was something different.
You were your own Ross Bagdasarian.
So yeah, that's my favorite. The 60s. I love the 60s. Cocktail, lounge, Christmas. Means party with friends.
Yeah. Well, what's some of your favorite memories, like growing up, of the season?
Definitely the fact that when I was in California as a kid, we did have winters. Like I remember winter, and I remember it was cold, and when it was dark, Christmas lights were so magical. And that was magic. And that was just everything, especially for someone that's more of, a creative. Like a lot of us are that creative. Like we're just creative because we go within and just eat it up with our beingness, right? And my mom would drive us around and look at houses, and we'd listen to Christmas music, and nothing bad happened. There was no trauma during those times. No one was yelling at each other. No one was being abused. You know what I mean? So it's like it was a perfect time. And I think that captured it for me. That laid the foundation of my obsession to this day with Christmas or winter or any kind of holiday music. It's my favorite.
Yeah. Tell me this: do you have a playlist of holiday music that you
I do.
listen to?
I made one actually, I made two playlists on Spotify. I made one with Paul Ryan of Super 8, and then I have my own. So I think if you go to our pages on Spotify, they should be right there.
Very nice. Now, like you mentioned, Christmas songs of the '60s.
Mm-hmm.
What would be a couple of those songs that if you said, were asked, which particular songs define for you that feeling, that era, what would they be?
Okay, so definitely like Little Drummer Boy by Lou Rawls. And excuse me, sir. Sir, do you remember a 60s music in the 60s? It was just it was like a symphony orchestra.
Talking about like 101 Strings?
Yes.
Holly Ridge Strings?
That's it. Holly Ridge Strings.
Yep.
You've heard that? Oh my gosh, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Well, that era, whether it be like the Holly Ridge Strings or you mentioned like cocktail jazz, lounge jazz, what have you. They had a lot of great stuff. But then you also look at the Phil Spector Christmas.
Oh,
Lonettes,
yeah.
Darlene Love, all that stuff, just fantastic. Yep. So
and see, that's the thing, like with I think a lot of us as listeners, as we get to discover things later. So like we learn one kind of music, and then like a decade later, you meet new friends who are like turning you on to exactly that. Hey, check out this Phil Spector or Beach Boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then so on. So it just keeps building upon what you're made of and what you're going to express next.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All those songs just, put you in a good mood and just make the season proverbially bright.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
what tell you what, Lisa. You?
Well, for me, you mentioned the Beach Boys album. Uh-huh. That's a go-to. Dean Martin's Christmas album is another go-to. There's just so much. I mentioned the Christmas Gift from Phil Spector. Is another album. But for me, the probably the definitive song, Nat King Cole doing Mel Torme's The Christmas Song.
Oh, nice. Nice.
But you can't go wrong with any of them. That's one of the nice things about holiday music is the fact that you can put together a playlist and you can go from classic stuff like Sinatra and Nat King Cole and Dean Martin, and then segue right into the Beach Boys or out of Phil Spector into George Thorogood doing Rock and Roll Christmas, or Gary Hoey or whoever, and it's all can flow from one to the next, and it's seamless, and it keeps and the mood is the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
So that's the beauty.
Well said. Yep.
So, all right, Lisa, I'll tell you what, is there anything that we missed, didn't cover here on the holiday extravaganza?
I don't think so. Just want to give a big
Oh.
shout out to Maureen and Marty at Gem Records and a hey to Trip and thank you for this interview.
No problem at all. I'll tell you what, with that, we'll bring this holiday extravaganza to a close. Lisa, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Everybody, have a good night.
Bye.
If you enjoyed Music Night at the Majestic's Holiday Extravaganza, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and at musicnight.net. Music Night at the Majestic is a copyright production of Starliner Media. Any use of this program, its audio, or visual images without the express written consent of Starliner Media is prohibited.